Hi, class. So, this is the review and reflection activity. So, it's a Google form, which you should be familiar with, as a lot of our quizzes and things were on Google Forms. So, the first thing you're going to do is put your name in, first and last. And then there's a video to watch to answer this question. The ones with the little red stars here, so it's hard to see, but there's this little red star means that you have to answer those questions, and as it says required, and you really do need to put your name in here too, even though it's not marked as required. So you'll type your answer here and then you'll read this, and don't do what I'm doing. Actually read the question and pick your answer. And then when you get to the bottom, you'll click next. So the first part is just a review of what you should have learned. Then we get to this general reflection section. And as you can see, it doesn't have that required thing. So none of these are required. There's no little red star, but this is a time for you to reflect. So, and give me feedback as a teacher. So it helps me and it'll help future students if you put some thought into these and answer these. So you're going to think about your time in social studies, especially the time before NTI. So when we were meeting face to face in class every day, you'll think about what went well for you, what was frustrating, and then after thinking about these things, you'll answer the below questions truthfully. It's key to answer them truthfully so I have honest and good feedback so I can improve my teaching. And there's no right or wrong answers. And like I said, we need your feedback to improve things. So this will help me become a better teacher, and it'll help me figure out what you liked and didn't like. So the first one is, what is your favorite thing we learned about or did in class this year, and then why? The second question is, what did you find challenging? What would have helped? So what did you struggle with and how could I have helped you better? Third is, this year I learned that blank, so you can add a, and whatever you learned that you feel was most important. Four is, what did you learn about ancient civilizations that will affect your view of life today? So, what did you learn in class that you'll actually use in the real world? So, if did you learn something that changed your opinion about something, like hopefully you did, and you can write that down here. And then five is, identify one thing you enjoyed or liked about your teacher in their social studies class, and then identify one thing your teacher could do differently. So your teacher was me, and you're not going to hurt my feelings. So I just need you to write down one thing you liked so I can continue to do that. And then one thing you didn't like. And like I've said, be honest. It's not going to hurt my feelings and things. And then once you're done with that, those five questions, you'll click next again. And this will take you to NTI reflection. And again, none of these are required, but it will help to answer these truthfully. And there's no right and wrong answers because this will help things improve if we have to do NTI in the future. Like we may start back in school with NTI. So this will help make NTI better. So the first question was, what would have made NTI more enjoyable for you? The second one is, if you could give me one suggestion about how to improve the work during NTI, what would it be? So, like, could I explain it better, or could I give better directions, which is explaining it better? But yeah, just one suggestion that could possibly improve the work, like maybe more choice activities or more drawing activities, or your idea of how to improve it. Third is, since we were unable to meet in person in a typical class setting, how can a teacher best provide support or help for you? So, is emailing you the best way to provide support? Is the private comments on Google Classroom? Or do you want face to face? Like, what's the best way to provide support? And then four is, do you have any other comments or ideas about NTI? So if there's something that didn't get covered in one of these other ones, then you can include it down here in 4. And then when you're done with everything, you'll click submit. And then it'll tell you that you've submitted your responses. So you only need to do this once. Last or a few weeks ago when we had the quiz, a few of you took the quiz twice and stuff. So I don't know if maybe it didn't submit the first time or you didn't think it submitted. But this one you only submit once. And if you need to, you can click edit your responses to go back. And after you've submitted it, it should say you've already submitted it. So yeah, so it says you've already responded. So you'll know that you already did it. But if you do need to fix something, then you can edit your responses. So this social studies review part is required. The reflection part's not required, but it'll really help me improve my teaching and things to see what you liked and didn't like. So this is your chance to give your opinion on what went well in the class and what didn't go well. So take advantage of the opportunity to speak your mind. I know a lot of you have opinions and like speaking your mind, so don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. You're not going to, and just answer truthfully and honestly.